been trying to work out a way to put slots in screws. I can do it on the mill, and I can do it on the Pultra by using this. Basically that goes in the quick change. I put the screw in there and wind the cross slide in. But this flexes quite a bit as it's being cut, because it's only cheap and nasty rubbish, and it's a job to find the exact centre. So what I intend to do is put a very small, well, you can see the screw there, but that's what's one of the screws I'm trying to slot. I can do it on the mill and find centre that way, but if I put a very small pip or indent in there, so I know where the centre is, and then what I've done is made this up. It looks a bit convoluted. Get it apart. I'm not going to take all of it apart, but I'll take this bit off so you can see what I've done. I've cut that out a bit so it sits that much lower on the Pultra lathe, and basically it's just two right angles. Got a hole there and a hole there with a thread in it. This goes in there like so, and I've put a slot in it there that's covered in swarf. That slot is for that to go into to stop this bit turning. So when I screw this up, it won't turn and it won't drop or lift because it will be locked in. So that goes in there with it. It's got an 8mm thread in there, 8B1.25 I think it is. That goes in so I can lock it in place. I can also lock it at the height I need it. Then I've made these. They look a bit like jets out of a carburetor, but that's got a 8mm male and different threads in the centre. So then that screws in there and locks in. That goes in the cross slide. And then with that little pip I told you about in there, the little indent, I can line the saw blade up on that, set the height to what I need, so they're all exactly the same height slots. I know I'm a fussy bugger. I just wind the cross slide in and out gently, and they should all be the same height and everything, because I've made all the screw heads the same size. These are all, I think I've got a dozen of these to do, and I've got some little somewhere. These little jobs to do. These are for the to hold the crown on a Worth torsion clock, and they've got a 1.2, a 1.4 shank, a 2mm head, quite a tall head, and I need to slot those, and there's a few others I need to do as well. And as I say, I could do it on the mill, but it's a pain in the ass going out there and setting it all up, especially in the winter. It's nice and warm in this little workshop of mine because I've got all the central heating stuff in the so it's always warm in the winter, and I don't have to go out there and unwrap it all. I've just made 6 screws for this crown pendulum, and it was a right pain doing all these little screws slots on the mill. Yes, once I set it up it was easier to do, but it's going to be a lot easier when it's on the little Pultra. Okay, it's all set up on the lathe. I've set the depth, I've set it in line. I don't know whether you can see that, but what I've done is black the heads of the screws and put a little dot in there with a drill, which gives me the centre. That's how I'm lining the screw up for centre, and then just put the drill and gently cut into it. Seems nice and solid and stable. This is the first screw slot I've done with it. Just got to take my time. I could have that a little bit faster. The benefit of doing it this way is to say the slots will all be even. I think I've done it a fraction too deep, but it's just a trial one anyway. We'll have a look. Yes, the slot's a bit too deep, but you can't see the slot. But he's done a nice job. I'm pleased with that. And the good thing about it is I can screw the next one in, screw that down, and that will give me the same depth all the time, although say it was a little bit too deep, so I've gone more than halfway through the head, but I got to put a slight curve on the head anyway, so I'm not too worried about that. But I will make another one. I shall drop this down a fraction. So it's a bit trial and error. See what that does. Still nicely lined up. Pinch it up. That's a better depth. I've got different saw blades anyway, different thicknesses. A screwdriver should fit in that a treat now, and just undo it. Lovely, look. Hope you enjoyed that, because I enjoyed making it, I must admit. It's nice to use something that we've made ourselves. Thank you very much.